Welcome back to Diablo Immortal. Today I'm here with Gwyn over on the Treasure Goblin server, and we're here to talk about quite a few things. First, why did I come to this server in the first place? Then we're going to be talking about the class change and the amazing things that we're going to be doing over here in the server, which is essentially the reason why I came here in the first place. Gwyn, thanks so much for coming through and hanging out. It's going to be a super cash video. We're just going to kind of talk about Diablo Immortal and have some fun. How you doing today?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you. I appreciate you coming on.
You guys, can you believe it? We have Echo Gaming in the Treasure Goblin server. My server is elated. They're just so excited you're here with us. So we're excited for all the fun things we're going to be doing.
Well, I'm excited to be here. The Iceburn Tier server is not excited. They were a little upset that I was leaving, which is sad. I left a lot of friends behind, but we did it for a good reason. No, it's okay. I mean, so for a little context here, Gwyn and I met, as well as Ezereth, when we were over in California at Blizzard HQ, and we got to talking. I don't remember how long ago that was. It was a bunch of months ago.
June?
It was in June. Okay, so back in June, we had the talks of like doing some stuff together to try and just do different types of content and really help out Diablo Immortal as a game. So that conversation continued to go on, and recently I decided it's time to pull the trigger. It's time to start doing some new stuff inside of the game, and some of that has to do with war games, which is a big part of why I'm over here in the first place. So this feature was added into the game not too long ago. We can start our own tournaments essentially, and with all different requirements. So PvP is no longer just going to be battlegrounds anymore. Now it's going to be focused on any type of rules and requirements that we want. This is something that you and Ezereth have been doing for a while, no?
We've been doing all sorts of different contests and tournaments, and we were so excited that they added this portion. So one of the devs had actually contacted me, and he's like, what do you think about this idea? And I was like, I think it's fantastic. And this was after the Battle of Realms that we had this last go around. And we noticed that it was only, that the wells were winning, that it was more of a pay to win. But there was great rewards in the first week for everybody who participated. So everybody should still participate so that you can get those amazing rewards. But I was like, we need something more for our free-to-play players, and more of the smaller mid-reso players are people who are willing to drop down. And so we've been having so much fun with this. We did our first war games, and we're planning on hosting a lot more.
Yes. Now you yelled at me for not participating in the Bout of Realms the first time around, and
I wouldn't say yell because I don't yell. You might
okay.
have gotten lightly
Scolded?
scolded or chastised.
Yeah, I was lightly, and you said it was because of the rewards. So honestly, because of what you told me, that's actually a message I've been sharing with my community over here on YouTube when this round of the Bout of Realms came around. Is, you got to participate and be a part of it. Even though the whales are going to win, you could still enjoy it and have some rewards, passed along as you're playing through. So you and Ezereth have been doing some really great war games and some competitions. The cool thing that I like about this whole arrangement is Ezereth is a streamer, so he's able to share all of this live. But there's really not been anybody that's been making content that's going to live forever on YouTube to really promote war games and Diablo Immortal and this whole competitive side of the game that's actually not a pay-to-win mechanic inside of the game. So I'm excited to be able to come over and assist with all of that and to be a part of these tournaments, either participating in some of them or just being there casting some of them. But at the end of the day, giving a spotlight to the things that are going on, things that are possible inside of Diablo Immortal now that War Games has been implemented to it. So I'm excited to be a part of that. I lost what I wanted to ask you next. Now, Gwyn, what I love about you guys over here, you're a community of whales, but you don't only have whales in the community. And this was something that I really didn't know until we started talking more. You have a lot of free-to-play players. You have a lot of, low spenders, mid spenders in here as well. And you do a lot to support all players inside of the game, not just all of those whales. And a lot of people don't understand this. Now, I've brought whales on the channel before to have these conversations. And every time that I talk to someone from the whale community, I realized that really the big spenders want the game to succeed, and they're there supporting lower spenders all the time. So when I heard that you want to do these types of events that aren't only for the whales, but also for the free to play and low spenders, I got excited. So why don't you just take a second and tell me, war games, when we're putting together one of these types of events, what are some of the different ideas that we have that can allow people that maybe never could compete before to actually be able to compete and win some of these things?
So, in the one that we recently did, we had it where there was a cap of 5,000 reso, and we had everybody reset their IBANs, take out their secondaries, and just focus on what class they wanted to be, what skills they wanted to use, and their essences. And it really allowed for people to figure out what they could do without the extra help from those secondaries and from that reso. And so with this, we're doing another one here next Friday where it's a 3,000 reso cap, and it's the same thing, taking out your secondaries. And you will be hosting monthly tournaments, which is super exciting. I know we haven't quite discussed all the details yet, and so some of this is going to be new news to you. But we are going to be doing more of a free to play, and we'll be doing a lot of those similar things where some of those will be themed. Maybe we take out every single gym that we have, and there's zero reso, there's zero gyms, and we play like that because that really shows the skill set that people have or don't have. So
No, I love
I'm
these
excited
ideas.
for those things.
Oh, I'm excited
Uh-huh.
for it too, and I love this because it includes everyone, right? And I
Mhm.
know so many free to play players that just they think they're some of the best inside of the game because of how they grind and how they min-max everything, and they really can't compete in battlegrounds against the whales because of the whole resonance difference. So it's going to be really fun to see some of these players that really think that they're some of the best to be able to compete against some of the strongest on the leaderboards in these types of battles. I don't know, I think it's cool. I'm excited for the monthly events and the monthly tournaments. Not sure of specifics of that, but what I can guarantee everyone is that throughout my videos of the month, I'll be continuously informing everyone that this is coming up. This is how you get yourself involved and register for it. This is when it's going to be happening. And then I'm either going to be live streaming it or I'm going to be highlighting it and recapping it. I'm not sure what that's going to look like yet, but essentially, we want to bring this whole competitive side of the game to the light so that more people can participate in it and so that this big part of the game can be a success. Did I
And right now, really quick, we are only able to do these war games within our server cluster.
Yeah.
But by the end of the year, we should be able to add more modifications and, in addition, invite people who are not in our server cluster to do these with us.
All right, you just got a
So
sneak
just a
peek.
bigger audience.
Yeah, you just got a
Mhm.
sneak peek right there or something that it sounds like there's going to be some type of a cross server and cross server cluster war games mechanic. But in the meantime, if you do want to participate in these, the Treasure Goblin server is where it's all going on, and you have your first server transfer for free. I just put out a video on how to server transfer. And after that, it's 15 beans, which is expensive, but I guess it makes sense to prevent from people, you know, overly abusing the mechanic.
Transferring.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
All right, so this is essentially why I'm here. This is the reason why I got so excited to come on over to Treasure Goblin to join Ezereth and Gwen to do these types of events. Now, when I came over here, I was a wizard, and I'm not only here doing events, but I'm also in the clan with these people, and I'm in a warband
Yay.
with them as well. So I need to be of value as a low resonance guy, which I'm sitting at 4K res. Some people are going to say that's not low res, but it according to, compared to the people that I'm here with, it's low resonance. So I spoke with Gwen. She's like, you do really well as a Crusader. You could be a great support role, which is cool because I love Crusader because you could also put builds together for a bunch of damage. So what are you thinking? We are going to be doing a bunch of things, like obviously we're going to be doing G9 Heliquary, and we're going to be pushing the limits of all areas of the game. So why
Mhm.
do you think that I'm going to be able to help you more as a Crusader than any other class?
Well, personally, I've always loved satyrs because
Yes.
who doesn't want to be bubbled? Who doesn't want to be bannered? I know that generally when we're doing carries, sometimes it's a full carry where it's my warband and myself, and we are just, the person is dead on the ground. But generally, if somebody understands a little bit of what it is that they're doing, their DPS, their support class, it makes our lives a little bit easier, and then our hands don't hurt as much from mashing the buttons.
Hmm.
So, as a satyr, what's really nice is there's, for instance, for G9, that last boss, the mechanics in there's a little more challenging. Not as many health pots as you'd like, and there's a few spots where if you don't have bubble, it's you'll die. And then of course, we have these features that we call them in the game, aka bugs. And so it helps protect us from those bugs as well.
Got it.
But yes, as a satyr, we're able to have you come in there and actually provide some support to us as we're DPSing the boss down.
Love it. So there's actually going to be some value in me being there as a lower reser player. I'll have to say, I was barbarian for life. I switched to wizard because we did a class auction, and I always hated wizard, but I kind of fell in love with playing the wizard for 4 to 5 months, and I really didn't want to swap. But when switching back to the crusader, I put together a pretty solid build to start, and it's really nice being, a tankier character again, where I don't have hands that hurt after I do any type of battles. So it's cool, and I like being back as crusader. I'm looking forward to doing Heliquary, high level Heliquary, G9, and all of that stuff, and unlocking anything that the game has to unlock. But that's not it though, because I have history here. When the game came out, we were the first Immortals on the Iceburn tier server. That's the Scrappy Echoes clan. And by the way, if you're a casual player and you're looking for a great casual clan on the Iceburn tier server, it's led by Red October. They're super casual, family friendly, and they're not going to be Immortals or anything, but it's a good group of people to play with. But we were the first Immortals over there. Then maybe a year later, we teamed up with another group that was going to be Immortals, and we were Immortal again. But it has been a minute since I've been an Immortal because we just were casual. We weren't competitive. But now, I believe next week or so, and you can give more details on this, we're going to be, which means I'm going to be, because I'm with you guys in the Ariat Summit, an
Hmm.
Immortal again.
We're going to be immortals. I know. So I'm kind of excited because from the first time when I was immortals, which was like what, 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, to being an immortal now, there's so many changes. So it's going to be like a brand new game to you.
It really
There's
is, yes. I want one of those capes, man. I'm tired of the purple cape, and I'd like one that's a little orange and it's gonna take me some time. I don't have any because there were no
Mhm.
capes back when I was an immortal, but they're super cool, and
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. So, what are some things that I should prepare myself for in being an immortal? Like I've been a shadow. It's been like shadow for life over here. So, what should I be expecting?
I always feel like being an immortal is like being on vacation. It's so easy. It's so
Really?
nice. Yeah, really, honestly. We have our weekly tasks. They've done a lot of quality of life improvements to the game. And so there's Keon's. Generally, Keon's is every day after we have unlocked it with our Ascension, all that other wonderful stuff. But we have Vigil of Blades, which is the first 3 weeks of the reign, and then Rite of Exile, which is the last 4 weeks of the reign. Winning that last Rite of Exile is what gives us that blessed reign and progresses you towards that cape that you and everybody else is coveting.
Got it. So really,
Yeah,
I think that I have the idea here. So your whole idea here was to have me come to your server so I could carry all of you and your entire clan through the immortal
absolutely.
reign as a crusader. It's all making
Yes.
sense. Okay, cool. I'm
Yeah.
really excited
And
about it.
and our warband.
And the warband, yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
Mm-hmm.
now I
And the
was looking.
warband.
I was looking at the warband right here. Did you start a brand new warband? What's going on? Because it's a rank 1 warband. Tell me what happened here with the whole warband situation as I came.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to tell you something, and Echo might be actually a little bit mad at me for telling you this. So I'm looking at him, and he joined our warband. We were waiting for a spot to open up in our clan. And I looked at him and I was like, huh, maybe he's just waiting. And then the next day I was like, maybe I should say something. And then last night I was like, hey, Echo, you should probably pick a room, like a remnant room. And since you're a crusader, you should probably choose protector if I was you. And he's like, oh, okay. So the rank one actually that he's talking about is in our server. We're pushing content, we're pushing the harder content. We're doing Heliquary gauntlets that are way above our CR just because we wanted something more like the WoW rates and to be able to work together. And sometimes we'll sit in VC, my warband and I, for like an hour to try to kill a Heliquary gauntlet boss that's, a level or two above us, just because we want to be the first in the server. So that rank one you're seeing is because we're the number one warband. It's not we're a rank one warband.
Isn't that nice? And why are you blowing me up like that in the video?
Sorry.
The last time that I
So
actually
sorry.
had to like choose a room, whenever warbands came out is the last time I chose a room. And I haven't done it in literally it's been years. So yeah, thank you for the reminder.
Of course.
Thanks for
My
blowing me
pleasure.
up, for everyone. And I've actually never been in a rank 1 warband before, so this is
Yeah.
this is all pretty exciting.
So it's a weekly reset thing, and it's something that we do every week together as a warband.
I love it.
So just remember, a warband that slays together stays together.
Yes. I like that. I like that. This is the clan that we're in as well, the Ariat Summit. I think my dog wants to get out. Let me go let him out. All right, the dog's out. We have a few more minutes to chat. I think that's a lot that we just discussed here that we're doing. By the way, this is the clan Ariat Summit that we're in. We're over on the Treasure Goblin server if anyone wants to come say what's up. We're going to be doing G9 next week, and I hear so basically Gwen tells me things and I say that I'm doing these things. It's how it works. So
Yes, Gwen.
Gwen tells me that I'm doing a something for G9, some type of a contest for G9. So can you throw out your ideas right here and let people know what some of these ideas are, and
Yeah,
then
of
we'll
course.
clarify in a following video.
Yeah, so if you're part of our server cluster and you aren't subscribed to Echo Gaming, if you subscribe sometime in the next week before the carry, then he can select two people. We are part of Treasure Goblin, Lysander, Arcane's Valor, and Mask of Jerem as our server cluster. So as long as you're in our server and you've subscribed and you're one of the two winners that Echo Gaming selects, then our warband, including Echo Gaming, would be happy to carry you in G9.
Well, there you go. Okay, I think that's great. This is
Okay.
very exciting. I'm excited to do G9 with you. I'm excited that we have these little events that we're going to be able to do that are going to be really boosting the community as well. It's really cool. So
Mhm.
overall, this is a great start to a series that Gwen and I are going to be doing, hopefully on a weekly basis, just taking you through different areas of the game that need a little bit of extra attention. So Gwen, first of all, thanks for having me, and thanks for aggressively pushing me to join you guys over here in the server in a very positive way. Of course, I appreciate it, and it's going to be great. So, and thanks for coming on the video too. I'd love to have you back next week to talk about some of the other topics that we've been discussing and just kind of give everyone updates on what we're doing over here on the server and in the clan. Sound good?
I love it. That sounds great. And we want to do giveaways, okay, Echo?
Yes, we want to do giveaways. So,
Okay.
what
Yes.
what do we give away?
DI stuff, Blizzard stuff. Maybe we give away BlizzCon. Have you talked about BlizzCon?
I have
BlizzCon tickets?
I have not talked about BlizzCon. I mean, I plan on going to BlizzCon myself. I haven't said anything about anything yet to anyone, but my plan is to go to BlizzCon. So I would say stay tuned and keep an ear on the videos to hear more information about BlizzCon 2016. 2026.
Sure.
2016.
2020,
Jesus.
26.
All right, Gwen,
Okay.
thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone in the Treasure Goblin server. Everyone was so welcoming of me coming over. It was actually really nice. So thank you very much.
Indeed.
We'll
Thank
be,
you.
we'll be back next week with another video with Gwen. Let her know your thoughts, only positive ones in the comments, and we'll be back tomorrow with another Diablo Immortal video. Blah, 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 blah. Another Diablo Immortal video. Take care, guys.
Okay. Laters.
Bye.